How do you do, y'all? I wanted to give a bit of a rundown of what I plan to do with my Atlas tree uh, on League Start. This is not going to be the tree that we run when we get towards the point where we're over sustained on maps. We're in our in-game progression. The tree is going to look a little bit different. I tend to go like I tend to go expedition every league. Tend to go strong boxes for scarabs and shrines. That's not going to change, but this league I wanted to try something different since we're running arc. Uh, I am going to be trying Legion for really the first, like actually investing in it for the first time this league. Um, so I think the first thing that I would do is I would come up here, get the strong box node, just to get one in our map, more or less ASAP. And then I would come over here and probably start getting expedition as early as possible. This is for ROG. I will be more or less specializing in ROG instead of 2 gen this league because I want to get better. I want to get better at crafting. I, I want to get better at knowing what's valuable and what's not. And as far as I'm concerned, ROG is like just a really good way to learn how to do that. And then we'll come up here. We'll get shaping the skies. Pretty much all of these are gonna be like kind of leaving us. We're not going to be focusing on any of this stuff. And we'll go ahead and take this expedition node as well. This just helps really. It helps in the early game with some of their life missing. You're not as juiced as you want to be. It's still early in the mapping, and so this just gives you a little bit of a buffer. And then we will come through here. We'll grab our first shrine node, come down here and get shaping the mountains, and then come over here and knock out all of this stuff. Uh, Most likely, the way that I would do this is I would save these for a little bit later. These actual these nodes that stop mechanics from happening, and then I would really come up here and get shaping of the valleys and shaping of the seas. This one is it's nice. You don't absolutely have to have it, but uh, the way that I'm going to be running things, I'll be using Fortune favors the brave most of the time. And then we will come all the way up here and go ahead and spec into our little ROG node here. And then we'll come in and we will get some of these expedition nodes. Uber important stuff, and we might as well start getting into um, some Legion, and then most importantly, I would want to come down here and let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 2, 3, so it's the same thing. And then we would want to grab all these nodes. This is essentially a lot like the Ancient Decay, where it just makes the mechanic easier. This essentially adds duration to your Legion encounters, so it just gives you more time to kind of tie up the encounter, kill as many things as humanly possible. Uh, it's just really nice. It's nice early. It's nice late. It's just a nice, really nice Legion wheel, in my opinion. And then we are going to come down here, fill out our secret operative, so we can start getting um, our scarab situation under control early on. 100%. We will be actually. Let me do this and then do that. We will absolutely be taking stream of consciousness because we're not going to have a ton of scarabs, and not to mention we're not going to have a ton of like really high value scarabs such as polished or gilded, for that matter. Then we'll come up here, go ahead and finish out our expedition node. This should be our last one, or excuse me, that's Harbinger. I am dumb. That is this one right here. You can either go for these two and save points, or you can go here. It depends on kind of how you want to do it. I like to save a few points, so I'll just do it this way. And then lastly, we'll come up here and get our Legion nodes, and then pick up our Shrine nodes. I would probably save this part. Like I would rush. I would honestly rush duration first. Like, I would get all of my map stuff, my shaping of the skies and the mountains and the valleys, and I would come up here and get rock, and then I would just rush duration, so I can start getting Legion done, on a fairly consistent basis, while also a lot of the time getting Rog as our expedition guy. And then we'll come up here, we'll get war supplies, we'll get face off, and then that uh, essentially kind of rounds out our Legion stuff. And then at the very end, when we're really getting into being super efficient at doing Legion, we will get emblematic, which gives us a chance at emblems instead of splinters, which we all love. And then that's really it. So strong boxes, shrines, expedition. And you can do any of these that you want, like whichever ones you need at the time. Mariketh is the rarest, so that's the one that I'm going to go with. Eventually, we will take singular focus, and we absolutely want commissioned officer. And you want commissioned officer, like this is like once you pick up some of your expedition stuff and you move up here and you get all your mapping stuff. This is going to be something that you're going to want to take fairly early on. This is really important to take. It really helps with clearing your atlas and things of that nature. Now, if you have some leftover points, by all means, uh, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to do Searing Exarch or not, um, go ahead and put some extra stuff in here. Maybe Eldritch Gaze to buff the altars. That's never a bad thing. I usually end up doing that once we drop some of this stuff. That is certainly something you can do. And the best part is we're just literally a gateway away from specking into Wrath of Cosmos, right? So, it really doesn't matter which one you want to do. You should have the points to be able to get that done. So that's it. That's my plan. Strong boxes, Legion, Expedition, specifically uh, uh, ROG, not only to help myself gear out as early as possible with just good rares, also as a means to profit craft fairly easily and make some really early currency. Because you can do the expedition early on, and you would be very surprised at how good the rares are you can get off of ROG, and those can sell for quite a bit early in the league. And I'm talking like the first month and a half to 2 months. You can make some really, really, really good stuff with ROG. A lot of people go Tujin, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I kind of want to. I've gone the Tujin route more than multiple times on League Start, and I really want to see how well going full on ROG uh, does. So yeah, it's a little, it's a little bit for me, a little bit for testing, just so I can give you guys an idea of kind of how it runs. Um, oh, I totally forgot about this. We definitely want to spec into this wheel as well. I'm super dumb. I didn't even realize that. So we essentially have a flex point, right? And so at a certain point, when you get enough scarabs, dump stream of consciousness and throw that into growing hordes. This is going to even more buff our expedition and our legion, which both scale off of pack size. Uh, so that's my whole tree in a nutshell. Um, this was just I just kind of put this together. I don't know how efficient the point layout is. I'll probably go back through and whatnot. I will be posting this in my Discord. Link to my Discord is in the description of the video if you would like to see it, and follow it. You really can't go you really can't go wrong with Legion or Expedition. I will say, however, if you are going to use it, Legion, you better have a build that can clear Legion efficiently and effectively. Because if you don't, it is not that good. But if you can, it is kind of insane. So keep that in mind. If you are a bosser, you really don't need to be doing Legion. Uh, but if you can, I think I've heard it's highly recommended. That's why I'm trying it out for myself this league. So I'll be doing update videos just to give you guys an idea of how the build performs in Legion. So that's it. I will. I'll leave you guys. Have a good rest of the week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps out the channel. Trying to get to 1K subs, and I can only do that through you guys. So have a good rest of the day, and I will see you guys Friday. League start 3.21. We're all excited. Be good to yourself.